Hello Golden State Warriors fans, we are here once again to bring you the latest news related to our team, and I would like to emphasize how committed we are to improving our performance to achieve great results. Before we dive into this intriguing news, I kindly request you to show your support by clicking the like button, and if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, I invite you all to join us on an exciting journey. Remember to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Warriors face trouble if Jonathan Kuminga's contract prediction holds true. After signing Stephen Curry to a one-year, $62.6 million extension in late August, the Golden State Warriors' attention has now shifted to whether they can secure a new deal with rising star Jonathan Kuminga. The young forward is eligible for a 5-year extension worth up to $224 million, and any agreement must be finalized by the deadline of October 21, just one day before the start of the 2024-25 regular season. Zach Lowe's contract prediction for Jonathan Kuminga could spell immediate trouble for the Warriors next season. Rumors have swirled about Kuminga's desire for a full max extension, as reported by Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports last month. Several of Kuminga's fellow 2021 lottery picks, including Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, and Franz Wagner, have already signed life-changing deals this offseason. In a recent episode of his podcast discussing key contract issues heading into the new season, ESPN's Zach Lowe expressed doubt that Kuminga's deal would get done before the deadline. "If I were a betting man, and I'm not, I'd bet this goes into the offseason. I don't know for sure. That's just my guess," Lowe said. "If I'm the Warriors, I'm asking, why would I pay you close to the max now when no team has cap space, and that's what restricted free agency is for?" While Lowe's prediction isn't definitive, his reasoning is sound. Why would Golden State commit to a max deal now when they could simply wait and evaluate Kuminga's on-court performance during the season before making a decision? The answer, though, could lie in preventing any potential friction that may arise from not securing the extension. The Warriors have first-hand experience of how contract uncertainty can impact team chemistry, as evidenced by the tense negotiations surrounding Klay Thompson's contract last season. This situation with Kuminga is somewhat different. Unlike Thompson, who was eligible to sign a new contract at any point last year, Kuminga's negotiations would be tabled after the October 21 deadline. The 21-year-old would immediately enter restricted free agency next offseason, giving Golden State far more control than they had with Thompson as an unrestricted free agent. However, the end result could still be similar: lingering unrest and doubt from a player questioning how much the franchise truly values them. This kind of uncertainty can affect on-court performance, just as Thompson's up-and-down play did last season. The Warriors now face the delicate task of weighing the pros and cons of a Kuminga extension, especially if his camp is pushing for a deal north of $200 million. One thing is clear: the franchise must tread carefully to ensure this situation doesn't spiral into a major issue right before a crucial new season. Former Golden State Warriors center opens up about the unfortunate and unfair end to his career. Labeling DeMarcus Cousins as one of the NBA's biggest what-if stories seems unfair when you consider the accomplishments he achieved throughout his career. At his peak, which included 4 consecutive All-Star appearances between 2015 and 2018, Cousins was one of the league's most dominant and entertaining players. Unfortunately, injuries took their toll, giving the Warriors the opportunity to sign him during the 2018 offseason, and ultimately derailing his career before he even turned 30. DeMarcus Cousins' recent comments highlight the sad reality of his career's abrupt end. Cousins last appeared in an NBA game in April 2022, ironically against the Warriors as a member of the Denver Nuggets, where they were eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. The then 31-year-old put up an impressive performance with 19 points and 4 rebounds on 8 of 12 shooting, a game few would have predicted would be his final NBA appearance. Since then, Cousins has played overseas and has struggled to secure another NBA opportunity. In a recent appearance on the podcast Club 520, the 34-year-old reflected on the harsh reality of his departure from the league. "I'm done trying to convince people. You know what I bring to the table. It's proven," Cousins said. "If you really want to know who I am, take the time to get to know me instead of listening to others. I'm past the point of trying to reach out. If the right opportunity comes along, I'll consider it, but I'm tired of chasing." At least Cousins remains open to returning if the right situation presents itself, which is more than he indicated back in February when he told Hoops Hype, "I know I'm past that," referring to his NBA career. Cousins' move to the Warriors in 2018 was one of the most surprising free agent signings in recent memory. The former 5th overall pick and Draymond Green recently revisited the entire scenario on a podcast together. Cousins appeared in 30 games for Golden State after recovering from injury, but his playoff run was limited to just 8 games due to a quadriceps tear in the first round. Could the Warriors take another look at Cousins? They could certainly use a more offensively skilled big man to complement their current centers, Tracy Jackson-Davis and Kevin Looney. However, it's hard to ignore the unfortunate reality that too much time may have passed for a legitimate NBA comeback to be in the cards for Cousins. ESPN Insider reveals which Warriors player rival teams should try to steal. While they may not be considered the top contender in the Western Conference right now, there's no question that the Golden State Warriors will enter the 2024-25 season as one of the deepest teams in the NBA. This depth will set the stage for a highly competitive training camp next month, as the Warriors prepare to kick off the preseason against the LA Clippers in Hawaii on October 5. Golden State Warriors' depth could entice rival teams to target an undervalued talent. While roster depth is critical for covering injuries and fostering healthy competition, it can also lead to situations where valuable rotation players end up being underutilized. One such player who has seen limited opportunities over the past 2 seasons, much to the frustration of Warriors fans, is young forward Moses Moody. The 22-year-old's future remains uncertain this offseason, particularly as he's eligible for an extension heading into the final year of his rookie contract. Moody was recently the subject of discussion on the Low Post podcast, where ESPN's Zach Lowe and Bobby Marks examined some of the major contract situations as the new season approaches. Lowe speculated that Moody could command, maybe a little above the mid-level, aligning with ESPN's Kendra Andrews' earlier projections of a potential contract worth between $11 and $13 million per season. However, Lowe went a step further, suggesting that rival teams should consider making a move for Moody. "If I were another team, I'd try to steal Moses Moody at a bargain," Lowe stated. Both Lowe and Marks expressed their admiration for Moody's potential, but with the Warriors' recent offseason additions of DeAnthony Melton, Buddy Hield, and Kyle Anderson, his opportunities may be limited once again. Moody is no stranger to trade rumors. This offseason, he was reportedly part of the Warriors' offer for All-Star forward Lauri Markkanen, alongside a substantial amount of future draft capital. Given Moody's limited playing time over his first 3 seasons, assessing his true trade value can be challenging. However, as Lowe suggests, rival teams might see this as an opportunity to snag a potential star at a discounted price, if they can convince Golden State to part ways with their former lottery pick. Former Warriors player still battling in training camp to secure NBA future. More than 18 months after being traded by the Golden State Warriors, James Wiseman continues to fight for his place in the NBA following a challenging season and a half with the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons chose not to extend a qualifying offer to the former number 2 overall pick, allowing him to become an unrestricted free agent this summer. Eventually, Wiseman signed a new deal with the Indiana Pacers, but the fight for his career is far from over. James Wiseman's non-guaranteed contract makes training camp crucial for his NBA future. In an ironic twist, Wiseman will now join forces with All-Star guard Tyrese Haliburton, a player the Warriors had once considered drafting before selecting the towering 7-footer from Memphis. However, this partnership might be short-lived unless Wiseman can impress during training camp and the preseason. The upcoming weeks are critical for many players across the league, but especially for those still working to secure their NBA future. Despite inking a 2-year deal with the Pacers, Wiseman's position remains uncertain. Not only is the second year of his contract a team option, but only $500,000 of the first year is guaranteed. With Indiana currently holding 16 players on their roster, at least one player will have to be cut before the season begins. According to Hoops Hype, the Pacers will have 4 players vying for spots in training camp. Wiseman is one of them, alongside veteran James Johnson, who has $750,000 guaranteed out of his $3.3 million deal. Meanwhile, Kendall Brown and Cole Swider, whose contracts are fully non-guaranteed, are also in the mix. Though it seems unlikely Wiseman will be waived before the season starts, the fact that he finds himself in this position highlights the ongoing disappointment surrounding a player once hailed as a future NBA star. Wiseman appeared in 60 games over 3 seasons with the Warriors, averaging 9.9 points and 5.0 rebounds in 18.3 minutes per game. While he was part of the Warriors' 2022 championship team, a knee injury kept him sidelined for the entire season. Now, the 23-year-old faces another pivotal chapter in his career, fighting to prove he can still be a valuable asset in the league.